Hello, my name is Christine Hines, and this is my video for my creativity classes video game ideology project. The game I chose to use was Stardew Valley. I chose this because it's a game that I enjoy. It's pixel-based, two-dimensional world, kind of an indie game. It focuses around kind of living in a community and farming, very similar to Harvest Moon, which I enjoyed as a kid, which is kind of what sparked my interest and got me playing. Anyway, so I'm going to chat about a few of the ideologies I discovered while playing this game again for the first time in a little while. Kind of a little bit about the game. I think it's super interesting. You start out with a small kind of one-room house, and you slowly you earn money through farming and then selling your products. And as you make more money, you can upgrade more. You can change the walls and flooring and add furniture. Everything except for the essential furniture, so the bed and the kitchen basically. You can move around. Those are the only things that are fixed. There we go. So here's the outside of my farm. Gotta check the mail. Interesting. So yeah, it's a farm-based game. I have items. Adjust my settings here quick. Okay. So here's all of my machines. You can take any of the produce you make and then add it to these machines and turn it into something else. For example, eggs to mayonnaise, milk into cheese, hops into beer, any fruits into jam, that sort of thing. As you can see, it's raining out. The seasons change, and with the spring comes a good amount of rain, which is great for the crops. I actually have my farm fully automated. I have a sprinkler system, so I don't have to run around with that annoying little watering can every single day. If I was doing that, the rain would be a little more exciting. I'm doing pretty well, got a ton of money. I think I've logged 70 plus hours into this particular game save. It's my first one and my favorite by far. So I guess I'll use that to launch me into my first ideology. My most recent accomplishment on this save game was getting married. The interesting part, which I didn't realize until I kind of set about learning how marriage works in the game, is that they do allow same-sex marriages. As you can tell, I'm a female character, and I did marry Leah, one of the female bachelorettes in the game. That's not something that I see often in games or didn't notice, so I thought that was pretty interesting and forward-thinking of them. Kind of the cool thing, which I'm working on, is the same-sex couples. They still have the opportunity to have children, just like the hetero couples. They go through the same process, kind of, keeping your relationship built up, and then you have the option to adopt, obviously, rather than have your own kids, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So the couples, kind of going along with that, another kind of ideology I was playing with is the gender roles and gender identity. You can dress however you want. They really are super fluid with the gender. I have short purple hair. You can look like a man and still have the female gender. You can marry a man or a woman. There's pretty much freedom to do whatever whatever works for you, whatever you prefer. Play around. Harvesting some crops here quick. So kind of a key component in the game, you can do whatever you want. You don't necessarily have to follow along a storyline, which is cool. So I can either be super obsessed with the story and pay attention to that, or kind of do my own thing. The one thing that they did put in the game is that you can't really, there's not you can't advance super quickly without building relationships with people in the community. So I could choose to live as a hermit and never interact with anybody, but then there's some stuff that I'm never going to be able to do. I can still make a ton of money, be super successful and all that, but there's some items that I'll never unlock, I suppose, and things like that. I really like the aspect of the game that focuses on community. It's kind of another ideology I was going to toy with, community and relationship building. You know, it mirrors kind of the Western world and our ideals about, you know, working hard, producing, and expanding your life, making things better. The harder you work, the better you can live, the easier stuff gets, that sort of thing. Which is an interesting concept in my opinion. You literally spend the whole game chasing a better life, and then all the other, you know, the characters within the game are encouraging you to work harder and be better, don't be lazy, that sort of thing. Again, all very similar to Harvest Moon. So the relationship building, yes, let me plug this back in. 1 second. There we go. Sell stuff. It's got a shipping container, very similar to Harvest Moon. You can either send stuff in the shipping container or go straight to the general store and sell stuff that way. I tend to hoard things and then save all my crops for the whole season and sell them all at once. Looks like I make more money that way, makes me feel a little better. But occasionally, you know, if I've got stuff I don't want to hold on to, and ship it right away. Doesn't hurt, doesn't change anything. You don't make more money one way or the other. Items. Okay, so relationships. So kind of the premise of the game is there are a handful of you know, core characters, and they all live within the valley. Some of them live in the town, some of them live on the outskirts. There's a few who live at the beach. One is a homeless man who lives up by the mines. And you can give them gifts to boost kind of, I guess, your relationship, how much they like you, that sort of thing. Every character has gifts that they like or dislike, and the ones that they like will obviously give you more points, I guess, towards the relationship, and the ones they don't like will subtract from that. So you can go around being a jerk to everybody, or you can only give things twice a week. 2 gifts per week to every player, so I'll usually stock up at the beginning of the week what I know everybody likes and run around for 2 days. It usually takes a whole day to find everybody and give them the gift, but then your relationship steadily increase. There's a few things, like if you build your relationship with Marnie down at the farm, you unlock more recipes for cooking, so that's kind of cool. If I boost my relationship with Shane, who actually also lives down on the farm, then I'm going to unlock the blue chicken, which I haven't done yet. I'm trying really hard. I didn't. So those are my main ideologies, kind of the gender roles and gender identities, and how fluid they are, the ability to have same-sex couples, the community aspect, and how relationship building is essential kind of to your happiness. Lastly, the Western kind of ideology of you work hard, make more money, have a better life, it just takes hard work, that sort of thing. That's ingrained in us from a young age, is continuing to be ingrained in us through video games. That's all I have.